This is Andy Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm joined by heavyweight Nathan Gorman over Zoom. Nathan, I know you're a busy man tonight with your son's birthday tomorrow, so we'll try and keep this brief. But how are you doing?
Yeah, all good, thanks, mate. How you been?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's obviously good to catch up once again. Boxing this past weekend, a good starting point for us. Start off with a headline event before we come on to one fight, which I'm sure you know I'll ask you about. Felix Cash
Yeah.
overcoming Denzel Bentley, third round stoppage win. What did you make of Felix's performance?
I thought he boxed really, really well, to be fair. He was very, very aggressive. He was, bearing in mind, Denzel's a very, very good fighter. You know, Denzel's no mug of a fighter. I thought he'd done very, very good. He boxed beautifully, to be fair, especially very good range of shots and very good power, especially in the right hand.
After the fight, you know, Felix mentioned the likes of Eubank Jr., Liam Williams, and what have you. On the evidence from what you saw on Saturday, would somebody say like a Liam Williams has just fallen short against Demetrius Andrade be a good fight
Yeah.
for him, or do you think he still needs maybe the European route before going in there?
Well, no, I think it's a really good fight. I generally think it's a very 50-50 domestic clash. Like you said, Liam Williams just come short against Andrade for the world title. So he's not on the rebuild stage, but you know he wants to go back and like domestic European level to get back into a number one contender again. And Felix has obviously just won the British title and he's looking to get into a world ranked stage. So I think it's a good fight for both men. I can't see why it can't happen. You know, crossover fights. It's happened last Saturday with Felix obviously being with Matchroom and Denzel being with Queensberry. So why not?
Callum Johnson returning as well. It's always entertaining to watch Callum. Probably gave us a bit more entertainment than what he would have liked in the first round when he got wobbled. But what did you make of seeing him back?
Really good to see him back. Very, very big puncher. I like his style, to be fair. He's always an exciting shootout. Like you said, he got caught with the first round, but it's boxing. You're going to get caught. It happens. He dealt with it and he got the victory, which is the main thing.
Obviously, domestically, there's some brilliant names. I know Callum's looking at the world scene in the immediate future, but the likes of Lyndon Arthur, Anthony Yarde, Joshua Buatsi. In your opinion, if you could kind of match Callum with one of those, who would it be?
I would love to see Callum Johnson against Yarde. I'd love if I could pick two fights, it'd be Yarde versus Johnson and Buatsi versus Arthur. I think that'd be what two fights they'll be. Especially.
Nathan, obviously, moving on to the heavyweight action from the night. Somebody like I know you'd have watched. I know you've got no interest in fighting him, but certainly didn't beforehand. David Adeleye coming through his bout with Kamil Sokolowski with a points victory rather. A lot of people kind of had Kamil winning that fight. Just your thoughts on it?
I had, truthfully, not being biased or anything, I had Kamil four rounds to 2. Some people drew virtually every round. I scored 4 rounds to Kamil, 2 to Adeleye. Tough fighter, seasoned man. This is what I've been saying. People, when David was calling me out on Twitter and things, people saying, "Oh, you're scared to fight him, Nathan." You can see the reason why. I said it's a marathon, not a sprint. He's a seasoned man. David's a 5-6 fight novice.
Yep.
It's a big step, completely big step up from for him to fight me. It's a different ball game. So I think now he's it's not that it's shown to him, obviously, but because he's still learning. But I think if I was him now, I'd think to myself, well, there's no point in looking at across the road. I want to concentrate on an 8-rounder, 10-rounder, build momentum up, then challenge these. Don't wrong. I have no animosity for him calling me out and things like that, because let's be fair, he wants to get in that. He wants to beat me, basically, doesn't he? He wants to be on the fringe of British level, British title. But he needs to be beating these guys with ease first. I know Sokolowski is a tough fighter, but I boxed him 4 years ago when I was 19-year-old. You know, I stopped him in 5. Then obviously I boxed him in an 8-rounder again, and I've had him in the sparring. I know how tough he is. He's a tough man, really tough man. So that's why I said cunningly, in the last fight. Give him a Sokolowski, see how good he is. And that was the answer. But he's got the win. Controversially, he got the win, but he's got the win. He moves on. If I was him, I'd want a rematch. I'd want a rematch and put the critics to bed. I would, but I can't see him having a rematch anytime soon. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. If he goes away and does his work, he'll go back and he'll probably beat Kamil fairly easily because he needs that experience. When you first start off, it's all right saying I'll fight this man, I'll fight that, but you need the experience. When someone like Sokolowski's had hundreds of rounds with numerous of good fighters, solid fighters, he'll push a 4-fight novice to his limits. Hence what happened.
What did you make of David's performance in general, Nathan?
He was looking for one. The thing is, he was looking for a 1-punch wonder. I thought. I think he had in his head, if I knock him out, I'm not Sokolowski out, but that's not the case. If winning's winning, if you go to points, you go to points. It happens as long as you gain your experience, etc. So I think he neglected his jab a lot. I think he was looking for that 1-punch, that £1 million backhand, and it wasn't happening.
Everybody in boxing knows just how tough a competitor Kamil Sokolowski is, and he has had a number of controversial decisions go against him throughout his career.
Virtually half of that record he's won.
Just kind of with that, you mentioned if you was David, you'd look at a rematch. If you was in David's shoes, aside from Kamil Sokolowski, what would be a kind of a good another little step up or a good learning fight rather for him at this stage of his career?
Truthfully, I can't see why he can't fight for like a Southern Area title or something. Go like that, go English, then push on that way. Fight some Eastern Europeans, but good Eastern Europeans. Listen, there's no point in fighting someone. Obviously, if you knock them over and around, it's nice, but you want someone what's half tough, so you know for your training camp, you know, if I'm not switched on, I could be beat here. So them type of fighters, someone what's boxed for a world title, come up short. Kevin Johnson, if he's still going, he'd give him rounds. Yeah, I don't know if he's still going or not, to be fair. Him. Someone like, who can I say? There's loads. There's who's Southern Area title level now? That Jonathan Blatter, boxing for a Southern Area title. So there's all sorts of things really. But if it was me, I'd want the rematch.
Nathan, moving forwards, now we know the David fight certainly won't be happening for yourself anytime soon. What is the latest with yourself?
Just training, mate. Just training at the minute. I'm in preparations at the minute just for my son's birthday tomorrow. I've been all day setting up a gazebo. All right. At the minute, mate, I'm just ticking over training, etc. Waiting on a date, which will soon be here, won't it? But yeah, I was back in the gym after my fight. I think I had 2-3 days off. Want to build off my last performance. I was there about a good stoppage win. And yeah, I just want to build off that really, get some momentum going now.
I know we've spoken about Fabio Wardley in the past. How confident are you or optimistic are you that you two could meet for that British title, dependent on what happens with Joyce Usyk?
Obviously, depending on what happens with Joyce and stuff, I can't see anyone. Obviously, there's Nick Webb. He's just come off a good win with that fighter. I can't really see anyone other than me and him fighting for it. He's English champion. I've obviously I 2 fights ago boxed for the British. Obviously, I've had 2 wins since then, so I can only see me and him, but really boxing for it. So obviously, it all comes down to Joyce.
Would Nick Webb be a fight of interest of yours, Nathan?
Oh, mate, it's all there. Listen, as long as it's for a good title, a British title or something, that's my main concern. I want that British title ideally.
Now, also got you, Nathan, just before I let you go, just want to get your thoughts on a few other fights upcoming in the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
Big one this weekend, Chisora Parker. How do you expect it to play out?
I think, listen, Chisora turned up the way he is. He's a nightmare for everyone. It's just, hence the name War. But I think maybe, has he got much left in the tank? Has he? I think Parker's a younger, fresher man. But, like I said, if Chisora turns up, catches them big shots where he does them big overhand rights and overhand hooks, Chisora could catch him and knock him out. But I see Parker being a bit too young and fresh. So I think Parker will win, maybe on points, or maybe a late stoppage, if there's going to be a stoppage.
Andy Ruiz Jr. returns this weekend as well. Nathan faces Chris Arreola. Just your thoughts on that? His first fight under the guidance of Eddie Reynoso as well.
Well, he looks very good because he's lost 30 pounds or something in dough, hasn't he? Listen, he's never going to be a man what's going to be ripped to shreds. But he looks a lot better than what he has been, which you can see he's been putting the work in the gym with his new team, etc. I think he'll beat Arreola very, very comfortably. I think for me, Andy Ruiz is in the top 4 in the world best heavyweights at the minute for me.
And then just want to get your thoughts on the fight on May 8th down at super middleweight, Canelo Saunders. Will Billy Joe be the man to overcome the pound for pound style in boxing?
Truthfully, mate, if there's a man out there, I'm not being biased, if there's a man out there to beat Canelo Alvarez, Billy Joe. Him turned up on his day, super fit. He is exceptional. I've seen him in the gym, sparring, etc. I know sparring and stuff, but he is God gifted. Obviously, he's a 2-time world champion, close to man is, but he's really, really good. And him turned up, I think he'll give Canelo a lot of trouble. Put it this way, I'll have a bet in him. I'm not really a betting man, but I'll have 50 quid in him or something.
All right, Nathan, I'll leave that then. I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your evening. Obviously, continue with the preparations for your son's birthday tomorrow. Hope, obviously, he has a good day and you all have a good day as well. Thank you for your time tonight, mate. Thanks, Speeds Boxing Social.
God bless, mate.